Previously on Joseph W.Brady's report on Victor Valley College developments.
The way that it works, our most important job at the college is to hire the president superintendent.
On this timely update,
Victor Valley College, in enrollment terms and otherwise, are setting some records.
Terry, I'll tell you, first thing I want to acknowledge, Dr. Roger Wagner passed away. He passed away in the last couple of weeks. We saw him about 6 weeks ago. Him and Stacy, their son, is economic development director, one of the economic development directors over in Henderson, Nevada. So he was coming out from Missouri as much as he could, as son was trying to see him as much as possible. Stacy and him were supposed to come on over. Dr. Walden and I and Deb, my Deb, we're going to have lunch and take a look at the Educational Conference Center. What a lot of people don't realize, it was the initial idea that came from former trustee and former president John Pinkerton and myself, that we needed somewhere here in the Valley that was a central gathering place, and that's what became the Educational Conference Center. With the help of Dr. Wagner and his persistence, because not everybody was real happy about this, that became a reality. So, he was with us from July 1 of 2014 through the end of December 2018, and then Dr. Walden came in. Dr. Walden's done such a great job in the 6 years that we just gave him a 4-year contract. So where has that brought us? And we talked about this before. And Terry, you're a huge sports fan, and I was raised with the Dodgers, the Rams. And I was raised with John Wooden and the UCLA Bruins. So you know that when you're riding a great horse, you want to ride it for as long as you can, and that's what we're doing. So, Dr. Walden has just a great team of deans. I mean, just absolutely. But the two that I deal with the most, Todd Scott took care of our accreditation. So we now have that done. We are fully accredited for another 7 years. Wow. And I'll talk a little bit about that in some of my notes. And then Dr. Tarango, the programs that they oversee and the number of certificates that you can get is almost like 200 that we're now offering at the college. So let me give you a couple stats that have just recently come on out. We are the fastest growing community college in the state, and we are probably the fastest growing community college in the nation, in the United States of America. And when you go back 13 years when I got there, we were ready to lose our accreditation. Yeah. So what did it take? It took the leadership, it took the riding of the ship by Dr. Wagner to come on in and to take care of, we had some issues, personnel issues. We had, one, we didn't feel good about ourselves. Two, we didn't do anything together. And I think that he was able to bring people together. I think Dr. Walden's been able to bring people together. I mean, Dr. Walden can sit down with somebody from one of the constituency groups. They might have an issue, but they're going to shake hands, give each other a hug when they walk away. That's why we are where we are. Our student count right now. Okay, now this is students that come and take one class. So it takes 15 units to equal what we call a full-time equivalent student. Right. So we get paid based on our FTESs. John Pinkerton years ago, I don't think we have ever had anybody talk more about the importance of our attendance and bringing people in, and the amount of people that he brought in from high schools. So we were at 9,500, 9,800, slipped down a little bit, and then COVID came, and we really thought we were going to slip backwards. And we did a tad, but with an aggressive marketing program, 30,000 phone calls made, Dr. Walden using the COVID money as the way they should, we are now at 24,874 students that are in there right now this semester, coming through that door. 24,000. That equivalent, that works out to 12,400 FTESs. So when I said Pinkerton, it was every single time the word FTES came up at a board meeting, we turned and John. So now that we haven't stayed in the last board meeting, but any time that FTESs came about, we always looked to John to say, you are the guy that really pushed us. So we've gone from 9,500 to 12,004. So we're no longer a small college. We're now a medium-sized college, so let's talk about hiring. So when you have all these new students, what happens? We've had 20 full-time faculty. These are great people that are moving here that we pay well, that hopefully will be here for a real long period. 112 part-time faculty. We have over 500 part-time faculty total. Okay, we have 134 faculty. Okay, as of yesterday. 9 new managers, 28 new classified employees. So the one thing that we are doing is we're spending our money right. And if we want to continue to grow, we got to hire the right people. And hiring right now across the country is a major issue. So let's talk a little bit about our demographics, because you hear about DEI, you hear about all these mandates across the country, but let me tell you what VBC is actually doing, and it's working. And this is all based on new hires from July 23 through June of 24. Our management, 67% are female, 33% are male. Our classified employees, 82% are female, 18% are male. Our part-time faculty, 50% female, 50% male. Full-time faculty, 61% female, 39% male. Let's talk about ethnicity. It's a big topic. My dad used to say you can talk about it, but you need to. Your walk needs to be in step with what your mouth says. So our ethnicity demographics for new hires: 72% of our new hires are colored. 67% of the management are colored. 54% of our part-time faculty are colored. 30% of our full-time faculty are colored. So people of color include Black or African American, not Hispanic or Latino, Hispanic or Latino. We have Asian, Native American, Native Hawaiian. So we're really trying to have a very diverse makeup, because we have a diverse demographic within our area. 50% of the high desert market is Hispanic, so we kind of want to match that. College stats on we just did our graduation in June.
Right.
Okay, it was fun for me as president to stand and talk in front of 11,000 people. It's kind of daunting, but once you get the microphone and you get in rhythm, we had 11,000 people show up. 11,000. And that almost eclipses the amount of people that they get for a concert down there. We had 900 in-person graduating students, people that actually walked this year. So it was really the longest graduation that I can remember. We had our first Black graduation recognition ceremony this year. We had 33 graduates participate in the ceremony. Between family, friends, staff, and community leaders, 100 attendees were present for that ceremony. And that's really important to us. It's not only important to us, it's not a let's check off the box. It's important for our students, for our faculty, for the board trustees, and for our management. Talk about accreditation. We got it. Todd Scott, I want to thank you. The board wants to thank you, the staff wants to, but it's not just Todd Scott. Todd knows how to go create a team, and that's what I think has really happened here. Dr. Walden hires the right team. He gets a big blessing from the board trustees. By the time he brings us somebody, it's kind of a done deal. Some of the notable remarks that came from the ACCJC about their accreditation. So I remember back when I got to the college, and Barbara Bino was leading the charge for accreditation, and a lot of the schools, San Francisco had a big problem. We had a huge issue. Terry, we were this close to losing our accreditation. People had no idea, and we had some employees at that point that really didn't care. That you don't see that today. Okay, I had one employee say that they didn't care if the ship went down because they figured somebody would take it over. But now, so they've changed the standards for accreditation, so where they're really more practical. And Dr. Walden has been on a couple of these tours before. So the visiting team praised Victor Valley College for its engagement and service to the community, both internally and externally, with outreach, one-stop, and a caring campus. The pride of ownership at VVC was reflected by the campus community during the virtual forum, consistently referenced throughout their report and also their site visit. The college has a strong understanding of its demographics and the need for the community that it serves. So that is very important, not only from our board standpoint and our policies, but for our students and our faculty. Lastly, the team acknowledged VVC's achievements directly related to the responsiveness of the community, expanding and growing its non-credit programs. And then lastly, so we had a financial impact study done, and maybe this next month I'll kind of go through those numbers, because they are absolutely staggering on the amount of money that college represents and what it does to our region. Nationally, okay, so you take our college and the amount of jobs that it directly creates, indirectly and directly, it's like 7,000 jobs. We have an economic impact for society. They call it for society, about $563 million. And this next month we'll do a gig. But Victor Valley Community College total annual impact and investment analysis. This is for students. So anybody that has a son or daughter, a cousin, brother or sister that is thinking about not going to school, the average associate degree graduate from Victor Valley Community College will see an increase in earnings of $8,300 each year compared to someone with a high school diploma working in California. And for every dollar spent, students gain $19.50 in lifetime earnings, taxpayers gain $1.50 in added tax revenue and public sector savings, and society gains $10.80 in added income and social savings. So Terry, at the end of the day, I've decided, as long as my health is good, that we're going to continue to work with Daniel Walden and his great team. We have people up for election right now. I'm up for election in 2024, and for those that are interested in my seat, you better start working, because I'm going to be running again. I like what I'm doing. I like the fact that our board of trustees is working as a great team. We lost a great trustee, a personal friend, somebody who I just love to death, and Sharon Pinkerton. I think that they're still going to kind of be involved. They have done more as a couple than just about anybody I can ever remember. But yeah, the college is in a great place, and I think that the better that we do, and the more students that we can educate, certificate, that can stay here, the better off we're going to be, because IDES is going to grow. The Mojave River Valley is going to grow substantially in the next 20 years, and hopefully most of that growth will come from some of the jobs that we're putting out of the college. So
Well stated.
we're off and rock. We're rocking, man. I'll tell you. Yeah. And you know what Dr. Walden says? Give him a microphone, he'll talk for days about this, because he's good at it.
All right.
If you have not yet seen the new Rams Stadium on the VVC campus, we encourage you to attend the next Rams home game Saturday, October 26th. Kickoff is at 5 o'clock. We hope to see you there. Thank you for being with us on this Joseph W. Brady Report on Victor Valley College.